5,000 cooperative societies dedicated to dairy, employing around 13 to 14 million members, and out of this figure 4 to 5 millions are women. So one of the very important contribution of Dr. Kurien I measure is that he helped women, he empowered. That is one thing which I admire, and I feel that in all the cooperative sectors, wherever such leaders are there who have demonstrated their ability and their commitment through their own conduct and behavior, those sectors have been successful.
Right, and he's also said that integrity is very important, and honesty is very important if you want to be a leader. Dr. Nanda, India will miss Dr. Kurien and his contribution, but of course we need more Kuriens in our country. Government of India has also launched a national dairy plan, and dairy industry is getting huge focus. Not to forget, even milk consumption in years to come will increase as the per capita income of the country is increasing. Your comments on Dr. Kurien and what kind of contribution he made in the dairy industry?
Natasha, I would like to submit that as on today, India is #1 in milk production, with 121.
Discuss more on this station. You are watching Public Forum. In this edition, we are remembering the visionary Dr. Verghese Kurien. And I'm now joined by Shailendra Kumar. He's a close associate of Dr. Verghese Kurien and was in the NDTB board for about 32 years. Thanks very much, Mr. Kumar, for joining us in this program. As I was asking earlier to the close associates of Dr. Kurien, share with us your experiences with Dr. Kurien.
I don't know where to begin. My Dairy Boards Association was accidental, I must say. What I was looking for was a job, and it was my fortune. I was very fortunate that I was
right. And Dr. Kurien, made India the largest milk producer in years to come, and in fact, no words can actually describe his contribution. Coming to you, Dr. Belawadi, as I was reading about Dr. Kurien, he was also against liberalization and globalization, because he said that India's national boundaries have ceased to exist. I'm sorry, I do not think it is a good thing, because if you have opened up this market under such terms, what it implies is that other countries can put their products into our markets. Your take?
Yeah, he was of a very firm view that the moment we open up doors for free imports, project to all that, when that is the condition, how do we cope up with the increasing competition and all? So on the other hand, he was also strongly advocating that cooperatives also should be reformed, the laws should be liberalized.
Sorry, if I have to ask you, yeah. Considering we have viewers who are watching this program, in layman's language, if you could explain how farmers in Anand were actually, what kind of benefit they received through his project, and how money reached them, and how it affected the retailer and the consumer. If you could just explain how things happened.
Even before Operation Flood program, Dr. Kurien had very successfully tried and tested this model of organizing farmers. After all, our farmers are small milk producers, each one producing only quality to start with the milk, and you give a access to market in each and every village, the production will get an impetus. That was his first thing. Then he started having the production enhancement programs, having balanced cattle feed supplied through these village cooperatives, having a layman.
He worked on two, three key areas. One was also branding, yes. Another was on quality, yes. And also how he was marketing these products, and also educating farmers how to actually increase animal productivity. Apart from this, Dr. Khanna, as Dr. Belawadi just explained to us that how the kind of contribution he made. You have yourself experienced this rural empowerment that yes. happened, a sort of social revolution. If you could tell us more about it.
Well, cooperatives have formed actually the base for the total social revolution in many ways. One is that whatever is available with the farmers, just pick it. Give it to him the price that he deserves.
And his focus was on rural empowerment and on changing the lives of people. Dr. Dinesh, one area where he also worked was, eliminating middlemen. The focus was largely on the farmers and the consumers who were buying, and that's one reason that the farmers, got the milk producers got good value of their products. So it was value for money. And do you feel that this was one model, which can also be in years to come be replicated in other areas, and especially in the agricultural sector?
Of course. See, one of the reasons for this cooperative is to make a farmer exploitation free. So in the dairy sector, the middlemen were exploiting these farmers, and the farmer were not in position to get the remunerative price of his produce. So removing middleman from this chain is one of the very, very important step cooperative has played, not only in the dairy but in all the sectors of agriculture and other economic. And I'm sure that this model where the producer is directly linked with the processor and consumer is going to help in all other sectors.
Right. Dr. Nanda, there are, we are doing very well in the dairy sector, considering we are the largest milk producer of the country. But there are several challenges in the dairy sector also, especially animal productivity is one challenge. Apart from this, if you could tell us more about the challenges which the dairy sector is facing at this stage.
See, Indian livestock population is having very, very low productivity. About 80% of our cattle are non-descriptive. They do not belong to any particular breed, and their milk production ranges from 1 to 3, 4, 5 maximum liters of milk every day. So expecting huge production of milk from these animals is very, very difficult. So one challenge is to upgrade them with the better quality germplasm, either imported from outside or selected animals from within the country. The second biggest problem is fodder production. As the capacity of milk production increases with the animals, they would need more good quality feed and fodder round the year without any break. But unfortunately, we have got only 4.4% land under fodder cultivation because of pressures on cereal, food grain for human population. Very little is left for livestock production.
More on this issue, even you can join us live on our program on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Public Forum. In this edition, we are remembering Dr. Verghese Kurien. And if you have any questions, join us live on our program. Call us on our toll-free number 1-8001-15313. I'll come back to you, Mr. Kumar. I have a quote, which Verghese Kurien once said, that in every crisis, if you look carefully, you will spot an opportunity. My insistence is on finding and seizing that opportunity. I never try to sidestep a crisis. Rather, the more monstrous the crisis, the more I'm tempted to rush at it, grasp it by the horns and maneuver it until it gives me what I want. Says a lot about his personality.
Absolutely. I mean, he used to say the possibilities all around us, and one should have the ability to spot it and catch it and convert that. And converting crisis into, I think that was an art that he practiced. And we had a lot of opposition. I mean, the number of parliament questions.
Thankfully, he always had the support of the prime ministers of the country.
He faced several hurdles. I'm sure Shailendra Kumar and Khanna very much were part of
the best one was then when we all resigned en masse.
Yes.
750 officers of NDDB resigned en masse. 13th of December 1985.
That was when the former Minister for Agriculture, Rao Birendra Singh, took head on and confronted Dr.
Ashra. Yes, sir, please ask your question.
Yes, I would like to know that there were two slogans on advertisement regarding the Amul. The first one was utterly butterly delicious, and second one was Anand Milk Union Limited. These two slogans were very fascinating and were very popular throughout the country. I would like to know more about these slogans from
Mr. Kumar.
The Amul girl came around with the butter. So 1966 or 1967 is the birth. And as you would notice that it has a topical message which will come every week. And I remember in the initial days they will
जाते हैं वो नहीं गए थे और उन्होंने इतना बड़ा सेटअप किया, इतनी बड़ा अमूल ब्रांड का या तो जीरो से उन्होंने अमूल को इतना बड़ा बनाया, लेकिन बाद में जो उनकी आत्मकथा में लिखा गया है कि मेरा स्वप्न, ऐसी उनकी आत्मकथा है, उनमें उन्होंने जो आज की परिस्थिति है, आज का जो मैनेजमेंट है, उसके खिलाफ उन्होंने बात कही है। ऐसे मैनेजमेंट को सुधारने की जरूरत है, ऐसे भी उन्होंने बात कही है।
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Panchal. Dr. Khanna, you would like to comment, because this is also mentioned in his memoir that in the last years of his career, there was a lot of debate and controversy. What led to these things?
Well, the last years of his controversy was basically on the structure of cooperatives. You see, the kind of cooperatives that were there were too much of political interference in that. There was too much of bureaucratic control.
Which he started himself. Also, whereas, correct me if I'm wrong, because NDDB also, to some extent, moved towards, subsidiary mother dairy. Their approach also to some extent changed. Some sort of a deviation from the philosophy of Dr. Kurien. Would you agree, Dr. Bilawal?
Well, there were some issues he was concerned with the growing competition.
Was this corporatization?
It was not actually corporatization. I think the communication that has gone has got somewhat distorted and vitiated, I would say. The real...
Dr. Dinesh, largely when we talk about cooperatives, we say that it can help you achieve development goals. Now, in Gujarat, we have seen this model really working. But across India, do you feel that cooperatives have really achieved, when we set these development goals, have transformed rural India?
Well, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and some of the southern states, they are definitely good examples of success of cooperative.
So Maharashtra for sugar.
Maharashtra for sugar, dairy, banking. And the cooperative displays a very mixed kind of success stories. On one hand, we have got very, very successful cooperatives in this part of western and southern area, while in the northern and eastern area it is not so successful. As we know that cooperative is a state subject, therefore the legal environment and the system created by the state government is very, very important to regulate the working of the cooperative. This is one of the very, very important reason. As my friend was saying about the Dr. Kurien's focus on over bureaucratization and politicization, I agree with that, that if cooperatives are truly to deliver the results, it is important that they should be made truly democratic and autonomous in their character. And over interference of politicians or over bureaucratization is definitely going to choke the working of the cooperative. Therefore, in all those states where a enabling environment has been created by a state and where members have been properly trained and educated about the potential, their right, their responsibilities, cooperatives have really done wonders. But if these inputs are not there in other states, cooperatives are not done so well.
Right. So you're saying over bureaucratization and political interference really hamper the growth of cooperatives. I have the caller with me now from Chennai. Yes, sir. Please ask your question.
Yeah. This is I salute Dr. Kurien. First of all, I salute Dr. Kurien for this revolution he has created in this country in the midst of all the crises we face, and we want the same similar kind of person in the country for agricultural revolution, because food production is very, very important for us and we need such a person. So I think this is a high time to strengthen the cooperative system. We have to fortify the cooperative system in a very big way so that agricultural activities can be
right. So we need to
government or an NGO or Indian Council of Agriculture Research or cooperatives, whereas NDDP inclusively dealt with the cooperatives. So as on today, we have got 8 or 9 programs, about 580 crores of rupees were spent on dairy development in the last plan, and most of it was routed through the state government, ultimately reaching to the cooperatives.
So, Dinesh,
So I think our approach toward cooperatives is as good as it was initiated by Dr. Kurien, and the spirit of the same is still alive, and government is fully supportive to that.
But okay, so the government is in full support of the cooperative movement, but looks like that even the youth today is not very much interested, in the cooperative movement. Dr. Dinesh wants to make a point, but on the other side of this break, when I'll come back, I'll ask him that does he really agree with Dr. Nanda and government support on the cooperative movement? Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Public Forum. In this edition, we are remembering Dr. Verghese Kurien, the milkman who changed the course of history. If you have any questions, join us live on our program. Call us on our toll-free number 1-800-115313. The passing away of Verghese Kurien presents an opportunity for reflection, not only for those who have worked with him, but also for those who want to share this contribution and to bring in a greater contribution in the dairy sector. I'll come to you, Dr. Dinesh here. As we heard Dr. Nanda, who said that cooperative movement is has in the past has made a remarkable has registered in fact a remarkable performance in the country. Do you really feel that we have got government support in the cooperative sector?
Natasha, I agree with Dr. Nanda that government, particularly the central government, central government has been very, very supportive to the cooperative movement. And in this year of International Year of Cooperative 2012, Government of India has enacted 97th Constitutional Amendment Act, which has made formation of cooperative as a fundamental right. This is a very, very historic kind of legislation. And to make cooperative organizations truly democratic, autonomous and professional, lot of amendments have been passed. So I have a feeling that of late Government of India, particularly the central government, through these legislations, they have given a clear signal that cooperative is going to play a very, very important role. And in order to make cooperative play these roles, the changes in this legislation is important. NCI, we are going to have a seminar next month where we are going to invite all the registrars, cooperative secretaries and commissioners and state cooperative ministers to sensitize them so that they can make these changes in the respective state legislations by end of February 2013.
Right. So change in legislation is very important if we really want to move ahead. Mr. Kumar, we also know that Dr. Kurien came up with an institute, IRMA, and if you could tell us more about this institute.
The idea of creating an Institute of Rural Management came as he used to say that we need more Kuriens. But Dr. Khanna and Belwadi will remember.
As our caller also asked that we need more money, where he said that it is terrible to have too little money because you will not even have enough to eat and appease your hunger. But it is far, far worse to have too much money because then you will surely get corrupt. So that was his take on corruption also. But I'm, so just 5 minutes left on the program, and I'll take quickly, final comments. I'll start with you, Dr. Khanna. As Mr. Kumar was mentioning that we need more Kuriens, and as our caller was also saying that especially for many revolutions to come. What is it that you expect in days to come from the government and also from many of our viewers who are watching this program to motivate people to bring in new ideas, new innovation?
Well, of course, there is no doubt that training can create many such people. You also mentioned at the end he was terribly against corruption. Let me give you an incident. It happened in the NDDB. There was a person who was given a contract to set up MIS system.
A man with the guts. Final comments from you, Dr. Belawadi.
Yeah, I think only in support of what Dr. Khanna said, that he exemplified impeccable integrity, I would say. Very rare to find.
Mr. Kumar, final comments from you.
My comments, what should I say? I would say that Dr. Kurien made very ordinary people.
He made ordinary people become
extraordinary
do extraordinary work. In fact, become a part of the extraordinary movement. Final comments from you, Dr. Dinesh. We need more Kuriens, and do you think that we can have more Kuriens?
Of course, we need more Kurien, and I'm sure the kind of example that Dr. Kurien set through his own personal conduct and behavior is exemplary. As I told you, that cooperative is an organization where political leadership is very, very important. So, if we have more number of Koreans, we will definitely have more number of Amul, we will have more number of such organizations, and I wish that Dr. Kurien life should be emulated by all other leaders who are in the cooperative sector.
Right, so Dr. Kurien's life should be emulated. Final comments from you, Dr. Nanda. What is it that government needs to do to motivate people, to get into entrepreneurship, to look for innovation, to be passionate about what they are doing?
See, Dr. Kurien used to say that I'm empowering farmers through production of milk. Milk is only a tool. And he also said that never let an opportunity go waste. So I'm convinced that there is tremendous opportunity for milk production in the country. We should try to exploit the momentum which has already been set, and Government of India is making a mega project which has already initiated with 17,000 crore of rupees to be spent over the next 15 years, and under the program called National Dairy Plan.
Right.
And this, along with other programs, I think we are in the right direction to pay the best tribute to Honorable Department.
And we hope that outlays meet outcomes, and the focus is on, as you rightly said, on dairy production and also on the dairy sector. I thank all of you for joining us in this program, and as we all know that Dr. Kurien will be missed forever. Thanks very much for watching this program. That's all we have for you. Namaskar.